Okay, and we are live. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Friday to everyone in television land. Happy Friday to our silent viewers. Really appreciate each and every one of you guys. And happy Friday to those who are here in the chat. Thank you guys for coming and joining us as usual. Hope everyone had a wonderful and productive week and going to be having a blessed and restful weekend.
Can't find it.
So a blessed and restful weekend. So again, thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. So I am just gonna say welcome to everyone in the chat and acknowledge those who are here. And then afterwards, I will do a bit of housekeeping. We are starting a bit late we're starting late this evening, all because of work. I literally just got through the door after 7 and stumbled down the stairs. All right, so Ricardo is saying, why am I just see isolate the live start? The notification out from Monday, Ricardo. And Tiffany is saying, Ricardo, I see it from this morning, stress, dead with laugh. And Abid is here from Team Happy. Welcome, Team Happy. Happy Saturday to you guys. Welcome. Thank you so much for your usual support. And Abid is giving us virtual hug. And Tiffany is bigging up Truck Life, saying Truck Life big up. And Truck Life is saying glad to be here on another Friday night. Glad to have you guys here on another Friday night. Thank you guys so much. And Truck Life is showing some reverence and love there. And he's also blessing up Ricardo. And Tiffany's shouting for us to start.
All right. You're here, Tiffany. You're here, Tiffany.
Said, late for your show. Stop for a jump for who's always late for his show. No, we're not late at all, just on time. And Chocolate is saying, Tiffany and laughing. Chocolate is saying, better late than never. And Cesar from Happy Team is also here saying, hello, Cesar, welcome. Happy Saturday to you. Oops, what a leap. Cheryl from Sherilyn from Happy Team is also here. Cesar is saying hello to all. Abid is saying mega love shout out to you guys, and Abid is giving virtual hug. And Miss Monica is saying my internet is bad. I'm in Mobile. Okay, no problem, Miss Monica.
Bless yourself, Sister Monica.
Have a good time and try and stay safe. Happy Friday to you, Miss Monica. Thank you so much. Overton, son of a king, is in the building saying good morning, Mystic and family blessings. Good morning, Overton. Happy Saturday to you.
Bless up, brother Overton.
And Miss Monica is saying Overton, bro. And Yuda, woman of God, easy,
all
is
right.
in the building. Said no, sir, we're not going to
You're here, Yuda.
We are here. You know the work flex go Yuda. Couldn't get to the swap at all, so I had to do my full 12-hour shift. And Overton is saying, hey, Sister Monica. And Miss Monica is saying, welcome everyone here. Blessings to you all. Thank you so much for that, Miss Monica. And guys, remember to thumbs up the live as you come in and share us out if you have a platform and can do so. It will be greatly appreciated. And Rochelle from Happy Team is also here saying mega love shout out to everyone. And Overton is healing up Yuda. And Yuda is saying good night, everyone. Blessings, everyone. Much blessings to you as well. Yuda and Cesar is saying mega love shout out to all. And Moya's way is in the building saying hello, host and chat. Welcome, Moya. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for joining us. What another big leap. Yuda is saying Tiffany. So a lot of salutations going on there because the salutations getting more and more. So I'm going to start skipping the salutation, guys, in the interest of time. So you can continue greeting each other. You can quickly. One sec, guys. So you want to quickly run for yours?
Oh yes.
For yours.
Just quickly go for it.
Yeah, quickly go for it. All right, so more salutations going on there, and Sniper King is in the building saying Sniper King is back, guys. Welcome, Sniper. Happy Friday to you. So glad to have you. Hope you're feeling much better. Heard you were not feeling so well, so hope you're doing much better. And more salutations going on there. And Sniper saying good night, Baron and Anne. Good night again, Sniper. Glad to have you. More salutations going on. Rochelle is saying thumbs up and share done. Thank you so much, Rochelle. Really appreciate that. And Moya says, just got my notification. Big likes. Okay, thank you. And more salutations going on there. And Miss Monica is saying, I will, Baron. And yes, enjoy yourself, as we said, and just try and keep safe. Oh my goodness, this thing is just leaping. And you guys saying, may have on me 90, may about to cover my head. Okay, still thanks, still appreciative of you gracing us with your presence, Yuda. Thank you so much for that. Hope you have a blessed and wonderful night and have a good rest. And chilling with Ali and Mali is in the building saying good night, host and chat. Good night, Ali and Mali. Welcome. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for being here. And Moya saying, hey, Miss Monica, beautiful blessings to you, my sis. And Sashibu Diva is here saying, good night, everyone. Good night, Sashibu. Welcome. Happy Friday to you. So glad to have you. And Ricardo is bigging up Truck Life. So more salutations going out there. And Overton is saying, Yuda, you're not at work. And salutations going out there. More salutations. It jumped again. And Miss Monica is saying, Ali and Mali, long time, my peeps. And more salutations going out for everyone who's just been acknowledged. Okay, and more salutations there. All right, so we have caught up with the chat. So guys, tonight's topic is, let me just bring it up here. So tonight's topic is, have Jamaica judiciary system failed us? So guys, feel free to put your input in the chat. I'm also gonna pin the link so anyone who wants to join us on screen can do so. And WhatsApp is also up and active. So if you want to call in and say what you have to say regarding the topic, then you can do so. I'm just going to be streaming the number across the screen in just a little bit. So let me just pin the link. Right. Just doing a bit of housekeeping, guys. Just bear with me a little bit.
All right, guys, and I want to say again, big thanks to all of you to take a moment of your time inviting us in your home and share within the listenership. I mean, every time we have a live on Friday, right? Our purpose is to make sure that we are, giving some information to give some awareness and so forth. Tonight is no different, right, as it relates to the information that we'll be passing on to, bring that level of awareness. So once again, guys, thank you all for joining us. All right, and make sure you have a wonderful weekend as well. All right, ready?
Let me just make sure that no one else has joined us. So yes, some more salutations going on. So you can go ahead and start with your.
All right. For those who were following me last week, I spoke about the corruption as it relates to the highway contracts that have been given out to both the Chinese and our black brothers, and the difference as it relates to work being done as it relates to nation building, right? And where I said that, okay, it seems like it appears as if the Chinese, right, have more interest in our nation building as it relates to, our fellow Jamaicans. And I also gave a reflection as it relates to the Maroons, and was giving a reflection in history, right? As I spoke of the inherent corruption that is with us from within the distant journey. However, this week I was going through Facebook, and I saw something where the Maroon chief apparently making statement on the very same issue as it relates to what I said previously when I said that the Maroon, right, responsibility, right, in terms of selling us out and return runaway slaves. And I was shocked as it relates to Curry's response. And I can't believe that the Maroon chief would have responded the way how he responded. So first and foremost, before I even get into it, right, remember, this is not the topic that I'm going to discuss. I am just bringing back reflection as it relates to what I said last week, right? I don't know if it is coincident while he is touching the very same topic that I touch, right? And where Bruce Golding, right, was actually asking him some question. Vegas, right, the entertainer Vegas, apparently posted on Facebook as it relates to Curry's response. And, after hearing Curry's response, I wonder if he had, really think, before he really speaks on the issue, right? Because what he said is quite disturbing. So without any further ado, I want to just share, because you guys remember what I said as it relates to the Maroons, right? As it relates to their participation in terms of, holding runaway slaves and return them back to the colonizers. Well, I want you to listen Curry's response, which was totally, right, mind-boggling. So I'm going to have you guys listen to Curry's response. All right, and this is his response.
Can the police enter a compound to operate in that manner, or have to get permission? Or they have to get permission?
Let me read this for you. Ninthly, that if any Negro shall hereafter run away from their matters or owners, and shall fall into Captain Cudjoe's hands, they shall immediately be sent back to the chief magistrate. You notice it didn't say plantation. These were criminals. Chief magistrate, or the next parish where they were taken for you. Ninthly, that if any Negro shall hereafter run away from their matters or owners, and shall fall into Captain Cudjoe's hands, they shall immediately be sent back to the chief magistrate. You notice it didn't say plantation. These were criminals, matters or owners, and shall fall into Captain Cudjoe's hands, they shall immediately be sent back to the chief magistrate. You notice it didn't say plantation. These were criminals. Chief.
Okay. Have some repetition there, and I want you to hear what Curry said as it relates to our ancestors, that our ancestors were criminals.
I was reading off the official document.
Right, and he was reading from an official document. Let me say this. This is not the topic that I am going to discuss, but I have to touch it and then move into our topic. And I want you to hear Curry's response, where he is now calling our ancestors criminal, right? Unbelievable that the Maroon chief, right, is calling our ancestors criminal. And let me tell you why he's calling our ancestors criminal. Just imagine, and I wonder if Curry really knows his history. Now, remember I spoke that as it relates to slavery, the main locations for slavery was in the North America and South America. North America, South America as it relates to Brazil, and that's why Brazil has 60%, right, of blacks. So Brazil made up of over 60% of the black population. Brazil have contained most of the black population within North and South America, right, and within the Caribbean, right? Now, the reason why I'm touching that quickly was to the fact that, right, the Caribbean islands were satellite locations. And for slaves who find themselves in the satellite location, so let me tell you, Corey, this. For slaves who find themselves in the satellite location, Mr. Corey, they were known as somewhat violent, right? And they were brought to the satellite location as it relates to Jamaica, Haiti, Cuba, and so forth. So then when you were on the plantation, Mr. Corey, I'm talking to you, before you find the Cockpit Mountain, before Kojo, right, your so-called Captain Kojo, find that Cockpit Mountain, remember that you were amongst us, right? Remember that you run away, right? And you find the Cockpit Mountain. The definition for Maroons is simply to the fact that you run away and find the Cockpit Mountain. And what you have just said and what you have done, what your clique have done within that space of time, right? For me, the definition of the Maroons, you're simply traitor. Simply a traitor. To know that you run away and you found the cockpit. Yeah, the Maroon so-called were able to manipulate the area because they know the area very well, and so that they have killed many British soldiers and managed to conquer the British. The British see that, right, and see that they couldn't win, right, and decide to do a treaty with Kojo, right, and Kojo, to the fact that he was not that sort of educated person, right, who took on and agreed with a treaty as it relates to if the slaves run away, right, and find themselves to the Cockpit Mountain, Kojo and his followers would have returned those slaves, right, back to the colonizers, right? After you run away and found yourself there. No, you run away and found yourself there. And, you know, other persons are doing it. You are turning around now and calling them criminal. We heard that from you. You're now turning around the very same thing that you, your people, and Kojo did, right? Run away, right? From the plantation, right? You are now criminalizing, right, our ancestors to do the same thing that you and Kojo did, right? So I just want to settle that, right, as it relates to that. Guys, I don't even want to even touch that topic any further, but it is a sad case of affair as it relates to the level of corruption, right, that we talk about, right? And to know that Curry came out and doubled down. Curry should be the one now who should be, you know, wanting to apologize for the wrong that, of course, Kojo and his men did. But he has not apologized. He doubled down to say that our ancestors were criminal. You hear that loud and clear. I am going to challenge him, and next time, but to the fact that I have already set my topic, we are going to get into the topic as soon as wifey read out the
So
chat,
I'm just gonna.
right? And we get back now onto our topic that I planned for tonight.
Okay, so there are a few persons that have joined since you were speaking there. And as usual, guys, in the interest of time, I'm just going to skip over the salutations. So, Paula, so we have Paula. So she's saying hello and good night. Hello,
Okay.
good night, Paula. Thank you for coming. Sorry, happy Friday to you. Really happy to have you here. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your weekend so far. And we also have Sassy with It's Dan and Family. Welcome, Sassy. She's saying night, night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. And Miss Monica is saying, Paula, as you run on my mind, I see you come in. Welcome. Okay. And more salutations going out there for everyone for those who just joined us. Sorry guys, so more salutation. Miss Monica is still saying that the internet is giving her problem there in Montego Bay. Okay, no problem, Miss Monica. Understood. Thank you so much. And moderator Kathleen is here from Team Happy. Welcome. Kathleen, thank you so much for joining. And Arlene is saying hello. Happy Saturday to you guys. And we have what else is there? So more mega love shout out from Arlene. And Miss Monica is saying, I'm okay, just travel a bit. I'm out in the second city. So she was just responding to something someone said there. And we also have Judith, Aisley, and Josephine from Happy Team. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Saturday to you guys. And we have Carrie Go Getter. And she's saying, good night,
Carrie, bless up yourself, Carrie.
Good night, Carrie. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Friday to you. And welcome. Say good evening to Dwayne for us. Really happy to have you here. And Chuck Life is saying, always good hearing Mr. Byron speak. Thank you.
Thank you, Chuck Life.
And Lady S and family is in the building. Happy Friday to you, Lady S. She's saying good night. Happy Sabbath. Happy Friday to you. Happy Sabbath. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate you being here. Also, Midlar from Happy Team. Happy Saturday. And Teflon Don is also here saying, I came to give my thumbs up, not feeling well. Blessings, Mystic Sensation. And to the chat, have a great night. Thank you so much, Teflon Don. Really appreciate that. Hope you feel better soon. Tell Angel to make you some nice chicken soup.
All right.
Feel better.
Okay.
And Daniel TV is the TV comedy and entertainment is in the building saying Mystic Sensation. Blessings, and happy Friday, Daniel. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate that. And Tara is also here. Tara J Blocks and Dialogue saying blessings to everyone.
Bless up, Sister Tara.
And more salutations going out there. Saying video call. And Kerry saying Dwayne says big up.
Yes, big up Dwayne.
Hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed weekend. All right, so more salutations going out there, and we are caught up with the chat. So again, guys, the WhatsApp number is streaming across the screen. So if you want to call in and contribute to the topic, as well as the link is pinned, so you can join us if you have.
All right, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me just go on topic, on schedule. Just want to give a little reflection as it relates to Corey's response, right? And we all heard his response there. Now, I'm going to get into, right, another clip where we have an ex-police officer who lives in Canada, right? And as a matter of fact, he used to be the person who, for a certain period of time, in charge of the Lotto scam, the Lotto task force, and where he's going to speak in terms of giving some reflection on the judiciary system, and I'm going to break it down for better understanding as it relates to apparently an investigation that he was involved with, right? So I'm going to just play his thing, right? And people just listen, right? Until we get to, I get to process it for you as it relates to the court system, right? And why certain decision was made. And then you, after I break it down, you can decide if the, giving this man bail, right? If you found the system corrupt. All right. So let me just play. And this is Mr. Watson for persons who know Mr. Watson, who used to in charge of the lottery scam thing where he investigate persons who involved in scamming and so forth and so forth. Right. So he was responsible for the task force and leading that team. However, right. So let me just play it and let you hear what he has to say, and then of course we dig into the matter.
Remember, this is not therapy. My voice is not disguised, nor is my face hidden. So I don't want to mention names in my stories, but I'm sure there will be people out there who will hear this story and know who I'm talking about. Yo, my peeps, welcome back to my channel, guys. Big up on yourself, people. For those of you who have been asking about Zeus, come here, Zeus. Let me show you. Zeus, a big boy, big boy. All right, come up. Come on, up. Yes, good boy. Come. Some people want to see him. Yeah. You don't need a visa to go to Mexico. So, people, many criminals in Jamaica, this is what they would do. If they can't fly, if they don't have like a stop order, right, where they're not able to travel, right, they would fly into Mexico and then cross over the Mexico-US border into the United States, right? That's the easiest way. Another way, of course, is to take the banana boat and go to Mexico and then cross over to to the United States from Mexico. And then you guys all know that there are cases where they will just take the boat straight to the US. As a matter of fact, there is another article here, guys, which says Jamaican man arrested for smuggling immigrants. So here we go, another Jamaican again. And this story is on Nationwide News Network. So a Jamaican man is among several people arrested and charged by the United States Customs and Border Protection Agency for the illegal smuggling of migrants last week. According to U.S. officials, a customs boat pulled over a vessel carrying migrants off Lake Worth Inlet in Palm Beach County in Florida last week. 15 people from 8 countries were on the 26-foot vessel. And I have no doubt that Jamaicans are part of that, right? So, yes, see, the article said people from Jamaica and Guyana. Oh, my God. Anyway, people, the story that I wanted to share with you. So, back in the days when I just joined the lottery scam task force, a certain individual came to the attention of the lottery scam task force, and this was in 2012. So between 2012 and 2014, this individual was being watched and investigated. Right? This scammer was a very young youth, because when we started the investigation, he was about 18 or 19 years old. He's actually the leader of a very popular gang there in Westmoreland, right? in money way heavy people. We arrested him not only for lottery scamming, but we arrested him for trying to bribe the police. Because him have a whole heap of the police them in a Westmoreland in them pocket back in them days there. Right? A whole heap of the police them at Westmoreland. They were on his payroll. As a matter of fact, I know of one particular police who was like his right-hand man, and not the police, I think it was a BMW him driving on. Anyway, I mean, say too much. But this particular scammer was so notorious that he was also wanted for murder, right? He was wanted in the implication of several murders across Westmoreland and also in St. James. This youth, when we put him before the court, right? Obviously, when I know the court system work, he got a couple mention date. One of the days then when we go court in about 2014, I think, we noticed that him never the court. So the judge ordered a bench warrant for him. And of course, the police start them investigation to find out where this youth, why he never show up at court. During the investigation, we check a few places. We check some of some of the places them we frequent. We check some people we hang out with. We check some of the people we close to him, family member. Nobody know this youth there. This youth here was nowhere to be found in Jamaica. Look how Jamaica small. Nobody can hide at Jamaica, people. If anybody hide at Jamaica and can't be found, it's because no effort is being put out to find these people. You can drive from one end of Jamaica to the other end, the furthest end of Jamaica, in less than a day. That's how small Jamaica is. So I say, no man, this funny, this youth here can't be found. Anyway, I think it was about a year after that I got some intelligence that this youth had taken the boat to Florida, right? And I think the US-Mexico border is where this youth had crossed over to get into the US. So this particular youth abscond bail, right? Take the boat and is now in the US. He has not been caught. Up till now, he has not been caught. In 2018, the police arrested some gang members from Westmoreland who was a member of this same youth gang, the same scammer year gang, the scammer where I tell you about where they are firing right now. The police also seized a container full of guns and ammunition. And these guns and ammunition was linked to the same youth here where they're in the US right now. You understand me I said? This youth here still in the US, he's still not caught. Young youth, when him start out, 18 or 19 years old. Now, this obviously was about 7 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, right? And there's no doubt that this youth here still run things from when they at Jamaica. This youth here had so much money that there's no doubt that him could have get him things sorted out and get smuggled into the US easily, right? Establish himself in the US and still have support in gang from the US. I saw the man them work. I don't know how a 19-year-old youth have all of them big links here. It puzzles me how much power this little youth here will have. Because this little youth here won't hold up a car. I think when I build a big apartment complex right there in Westmoreland, same way. You know? Now, there was another youth who was associated with this youth. He was a member of the same gang who we arrested when we arrested Tommy Lee Sparta. This youth was found in the company of Tommy Lee Sparta, and he was also wanted for murder. We know a whole heap of people might know that story, so I'm not say too much. But when we arrested this youth, he was in the company of Tommy Lee Sparta, and it was the same time that we arrested Tommy Lee Sparta for a lottery scam. this youth was arrested with Tommy Lee Sparta, and of course, Tommy Lee Sparta did get bail. And this youth was supposed to be transferred to Westmoreland because he was wanted for murder in Westmoreland. But somehow, I don't know how this happened, people, but somehow this youth get bail. I remember a fellow sergeant of mine who was on the case. When him tell me, I said, what? The man get bail how? No, after that youth get bail, people, he was supposed to appear in court. When him never show up. The first court date come, him never show up. Tommy Lee Sparta was the only youth who show up at court. Right? Fast forward a few months after, the intel also indicated that this man take the banana boat to the US. So probably him and the other youth who run the gang link up and had to tour them over there right now. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Trust me. I mean, I know.
All right. I think you have heard what I want you to hear as it relates to where Mr. Watson is pondering that he doesn't know how this gentleman was bailed. This gentleman was bailed and managed to free Jamaica as it relates to the bail application process. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just break down some issue and for us to look at the entire judiciary processes. So I'm going to explain the entire court system, right, so that people can understand. The court system in Jamaica carries about 5 tiers. But tonight, I'm not going to speak about the 5 tiers because I don't want people to get confused. So I'm going to speak about 3 tiers that people really used to, right? Through the court system, the 3 major tiers, you have the petty session, right? You have the resident magistrate court, and you have the high court. Now, on the structure of bail, right, as what Mr. Watson was pondering about, right? Bail formulates on a structure in law as it relates to a man who is charged should be treated innocent until proven guilty. However, the reason why I explained the 3 tiers of bail, those 3 tiers of bail deals with 2 columns, which are indictable offense and non-indictable offense. Now, let us talk about non-indictable offense and how the 3 codes work. Non-indictable offense are simple offense, right? Like, you know, I look at traffic violation and so forth and so forth. How they can try, you know, the petty session, or it can try through RM, petty session court, or, you know, some JPs can try that court as well, right? So when we talk about bail application, people, for the judge, when an indictable offense committed, right, it doesn't really need a judge to approve that bail because it's a non-indictable offense, right? Simple means small offense, right? That doesn't take serious imprisonment. Now, when you're dealing with indictable offense, I want to explain certain things that you look and how corrupt the system is. So then, remember I said to you that non-indictable offense, people can get even simple station bail on, right? Now, the RM court, RM magistrate court, right, deal with, certain offense, right? But if the offense becomes indictable offense, serious felony, the resident magistrate court cannot try that case because they have limitation in terms of their sentencing. The resident magistrate court only can sentence persons from might be 3 months to the max 3 years. They can't go beyond 3 years. Now, the High Court or the Circuit Court can sentence people from anywhere from 1 year to 100 years, right? Indictable offense. So now, look at this guy that Watson was talking about, and I'm going to show you certain things. When it comes to indictable offenses, right, it is the judge who would have to give you bail. And there are certain factors that the judge should look on before, whether to say that he's going to grant you bail or deny you bail, depending on the nature of the offense. Remember what Watson said, that this youth charged for several murders, right? Plus scamming, gun and drugs trafficking. Now, when I talk about guns and drugs trafficking, now that come out of Jamaica borders. Now you talk about international waters. Simply means under the treaty that Jamaica and United States have, right? That if someone commit an offense, right, within the territory of the United States, that is what now you call federal offense. And so then an extradition process is going to definitely mete out for you from the United States. So watch this now, people. Remember, as according to Watson said he was investigating the case, and where this youth, right, happened to charge for several murders. So then, several murders, that alone indictable offense, right? He cannot get any form of station bail with that bail. It is the judge who has to give him bail. And guess what? His bail is going to be decided on depending on certain factors. Not only that, he charged for several murders. Number 2, guns and drugs trafficking. Simple means now, it's a breach against the treaty as it relates to United States and Jamaica. So you know, say, the possibility of certain extradition, right, may take its course because now the United States would have wanted it. Now, ever since this guy is on the run, Jamaica is feeling the pinch of several weapons coming through Jamaica. Because as according to Mr. Watson, this guy connection, right? This guy is roughly might be about 27, 28, right? Still at large, right? But know how to knuckle the system based on his connections. Now remember that Mr. Watson told us that a lot of policemen were on this guy payroll. A lot of policemen were on this guy payroll. So then watch this now. Since the judge have all of that, right, I'm just going to explain to you the level of corruption in the system. So remember now what we have now. We have policemen who are protecting this guy, right? Knowing to the fact that this guy involved, right, with guns trafficking and drugs trafficking, knowing to the fact that this guy murder allegation, right? Not only 1, 2, or 3, but several murders, right? And knowing to all of that factors. Now, how he got bail and what Mr. Watson is wondering about, right? Who know about the system, would also wonder how he got bail. So my audience, this is where we're going to look into now, into the court system, and that is one of the reasons why I break them down, right? And for better clarity, you understand, I don't want you to get confused with the different courts, right? As I told you that there are roughly about 5 tiers as it relates to the court system. And we focus on only 3: petty session, RM, and High Court. And I tell you, as it relates to the type of charges, the indictable and non-indictable. Non-indictable, simple felony, simple charges. Indictable are serious felony, robbery with aggravation, right? Felonious wounded, right? Wounded with intent, right? Gun charges, murder, right? Rape, and those are indictable offense. Serious imprisonment. Now, for me who knows certain procedures, now when the judge, no matter how good the lawyers are, the lawyers will go to court and, of course, the lawyer will put in their bail application process. Depending on the nature of the charge, some of the lawyers them know say, yo, him now get no bail, based on the nature of the charge. Now, when the judge look on this man charges, as it relates to people, we are discussing, and that's why I want you to understand. I want you to understand where I'm going with this. When the judge have to deal with this indictable offense, right, and realize that, let me break down the different sectors of the indictable offenses. This man is on several murder charges. This man also on scamming. This man also involved with guns and drugs trafficking. So now his case, his lawyer, right, is going to, right, apply for bail for him. Let me tell you some of the factors. And as a matter of fact, I want to just make it simpler. I'm just going to give you 3 factors where the judge should look at. Number 1, the judge should look on the first factor, right? Flight risk. When the judge look on flight risk and look on the type of personality that he's dealing with, the type of person that he's dealing with, right? Knowing to the fact that several murder charges pending against this man. The ability for this man to fly and to elude justice should be right in the presence of the judge. This is no rocket science for any judge to look on this man's profile and realize that this youth is extremely powerful. This youth has millions, if not billions of dollars. You understand? So he has the ability, you understand, to elude the police. Plus, police aligned with his corruption. Police upon him payroll. So then, okay, the judge have all of that. I want to think something in the people. And I'm going to take you there. Number 2, the judge look at this case and would have realized now that the nature of the charge as it relates to the potential breach of the treaty between Jamaica and the United States, where this man is charging for gun trafficking and drugs trafficking, right? I mean, from Colombia, Jamaica transshipment point to the United States, no doubt, he's gone federal. And now looking as breach of the treaty, right? Now, let me say this now to the judge. The third thing what the judge should look on is to look on to say that if I give this man bail, what is the possibility of this man getting to the witness? Apparently, might be possibility of even eliminating witnesses, because we know that happened. This is a powerful person. Now, consider those 3 factors that my well-learned friend would have considered. Not only that, before the judge would consider bail when it comes to felony cases, you have a process that is identified as antecedent report. The antecedent report, I want to explain the corruption straight out to the bottom to you people. The antecedent report would have done by investigators. Some of the investigators who would have been involved with the case are the person who in charge, the inspector that in charge for detention and courts, would have done, right, an antecedent on this person. Now, the antecedent report, the judge is going to read that antecedent report. And normally, an antecedent report is talking about history of the person's character, right? To find out, okay, the judge, it's okay to bail this person. This person is not really, a violent person. This person, right? And so forth. And that is what the judge, depending on the antecedent report. So you see where I'm going now? Before the judge made the decision there. It simply means, and let me say this, people, I don't want to just put all the blame in the judge's lap, I'm telling you about a full system of corruption. Because whatever recommendation in terms of the judge approving that bail for this person, right? The judge would have made such approval, right, of the bail, right, whether to deny the bail or approve the bail based on the antecedent report. Based on the antecedent report. So then, if the antecedent report identified the true characteristics of this person, the judge now would have denied the bail. So you see where I'm going? Simple means that the police, the investigators who have done that antecedent report, somehow structured a nice and spicy report. Now, even though if I was the judge, and even though, so I'm telling you how to think, guys. If I was the judge, and even though an antecedent report spice up, and those charges laid in front of me, as it relates to, number one, the first thing that I am going to look on as the judge is several murder allegations. That alone, for me as a well-learned judge, this man is not going to be given bail. Number two, for this man to involve in guns and drugs trafficking, breaching the extradition treaty between Jamaica and United States, leaving for the potential of United States sending out an extradition for this man. That, coupled with that, that man will never, ever get bail under my circumstances. So what I'm saying to you people, that Mr. Watson would have surprised. It would have marveled him. Why? This man got bail. So then, Mr. Watson, what I am telling you, the reason why this man may have got bail, let me put in my legal terms, not accusing anyone. The reason why this man may have gotten bail, sir, is to the fact that it has not proven to you that the judiciary system is corrupt. Right? And that's plain and simple as it relates to the level of corruption. Let me remind you, Mr. Watson, if you were in my time when I was there, and with a member of parliament, some people, who in a chat might aware of this case, member of parliament, who the CIA caught red-handed with drugs. I'm not going to call any name, but for people who are aware of this case, in Montego Bay. And let me tell you where the member of parliament is from, so you can have an understanding. That man is from the South Spring area. And that man was powerful, member of parliament. As a matter of fact, that man was a pilot. I'm not going to say anymore. And when he was investigated by the United States and the evidence brought in front of the judge, and for people who know that judge, that is the reason why that judge has to run away from Jamaica. Because the judge looked at all the evidence, and the evidence is there to convict this man. And the judge knocked the hammer, not guilty. No. This is the case that ended that judge career. If people remember this case, this is the case that ended that particular judge career in Montego Bay, and that judge was a prominent, famous judge. I mean, people fear to go in front of that judge. But yet, that judge, with the member of parliament, who involved, who caught with dandy, the judge could not sentence him. Right? Look on the evidence. Deny the evidence. Right? That decision that judge made ended that judge career. So people, where I want to take it is where we have a system, right, that we are trying to fight crime in Jamaica. People, let me tell you something. Right now at current, as we speak, the murder rate gone over 570 murders as I speak to you, right? And we not even reach half of the year. I want to also show you, my people, the other side of corruption where I'm going. Under the tenure, right, of the current minister, security minister, Horace John, right, where crime, and I'm not putting any pressure on Horace John, I'm just speaking the truth. And the truth that I speak, and I don't want anyone to politicize the thing, and you understand, because of JLP or PNP, me not in that. Make we love Jamaica. Make we give Jamaica the love that Jamaica really deserves. Jamaica deserves the love. We have a paradise that we need to protect people. And what I am seeing right now, when you look on the level of corruption, that under that man tenure, right, crime has been escalating, been escalating. And you see, when you speak of these issues, the people who have the dilated mind is going to say, then when PNP was there, now when the same thing under PNP, why that may be so, people? When you have a government, right, when you have members of parliament who come to you in your community and tell you, say, vote out that party because they know how to fix it. And you go and you vote out the party, and them themselves can't fix it, but seems to be doing worse. We don't want to point any finger. When you are the incumbent government, don't point finger. Notice American politics. Notice first world countries politics. When a predecessor come out of power, you hear the incumbent government, the pine upon the previous government. You see that go on in the first world country. When you are in power, when you are the incumbent, you have been there for a reason. You have said to the people, look, identify the problem. This is what you said. Identify the problem. Put me in. I know how to fix it. So when you get your chance of knowing how to fix it, don't talk about the previous government. We don't want to hear anything about the previous government. Right? And let me say, PNP, GLP, one of a kind. Right? So don't think that I'm here hitting out on Jamaica Labour Party government. Right? The People's National Party, right, is equally corrupted. And what I'm saying, Jamaican people, it's time now for us to put our country forward and stop the partisan politics. Now, I saw where Tara mentioned nepotism. And Tara is so correct, because you are going to tell me that the Prime Minister, right, of Jamaica, right, who have seen the Minister of National Security failing year after year, and see where Horace Cham unfortunately doesn't have any strategy, and seeing how a judiciary system can bail a man like this that caused Jamaica to suffer right now at the hands of him who's sending a lot of weapons to Jamaica. Right? Many of these guns that are on this that are on the street come through that channel. As you heard, Mr. Watson, this man is still at large. Right? And this man was known for that. Right? From God he knows when. From at age 90. At age 90. Where both police, right, and imperial, and this man would be able to corrupt an entire system, because like how I explained, right, the bail processes to you guys, I just want you to identify for yourself, if you were the judge, and based on the factors that I outlined to you, if you, a well-learned person, would have given this man bail, the judge has the power, right, to either approve the bail or deny the bail. The judge has that power, right, as it relates to bail when it comes to non-indictable offense, right? The law stated that when it comes to non-indictable offense, a bail process must have to make within 24 hours. So I'm not talking about people. I don't want people to get confused who might have a little knowledge about bail, blah, blah, blah. That is speaking about indictable offense, right? Where bail has to be processed within 24 hours. What I'm talking about, I'm not talking about non-indictable, I'm talking about indictable offense, where it is the judge who has to approve that bail. And if you go back in law, law will tell you that the judge has the right to deny the bail based on certain circumstances and certain factors. Bail can be denied. Bail can be denied if you believe the judge, believe that bailing this person would have suggested or infer that justice was not done. And if the person, right, has the ability to what? Inflict harm to any of the witnesses. So then let me just go into the chat right, and answer some people, and so we and the people them can interact and so forth and so forth. So I just glad I break down that process for better understanding, so that for you in the chat, you understand would say, well, all right, if you were in the judge shoes, right, what would you do? Let me see some type whether you would give him the bail or you wouldn't give him the bail based on the factors that I define. You understand? Let me see some of that. You understand? We could go through and you put yourself in the judge's shoes, right, based on the factors that I outlined. Number one, the flight risk, right? This man situation as it relates to, of course, a drug kingpin. You see what I say? So him have whole heap of money. You understand the ability to elude the police, elude justice. He can do that, right? Now that is one of the factors that the judge has to look on. Now the nature of the offenses, right? To the fact that several murders. This is not one murder, but several murders committed by this man. Let me hear you. Would you give him that bail? Let us go into the chat.
All right, so we have several persons that have joined since you have been your presentation.
Turn it on. Let me
Just put it on silence. Okay, guys. Again, thank you guys for being here. I'm just gonna go back up and welcome those who have recently joined us. Okay, so we have Tara, J Blogs and Dialogues. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Happy Friday to you. And we also have Max Stevens Vlogs that have also joined us. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Happy Friday to you. So as usual, guys, I'm skipping over the salutation for the interest of time. Thank you so much for enduring that long ad. Tara, really appreciate it. Happy team, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate the continued support. Mega love shout out to everyone from the Happy team and Happy Gang. Really appreciate the support. Thank you so much. And we Unlock Nation is also here saying greetings, Mystic Sensation. Greetings, we unlock.
Greetings.
Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for joining us. And more salutations going on there. Sorry, guys, my head is pounding. I have such a pressure in my head. So more salutations from Happy Team. And regarding something that you said,
Kerry said a lie that people hide for years, and Kerry is right, because I know of people who wanted for years and been in Jamaica. You understand? So Kerry's on point on that. Maybe Mr. Watson doesn't really realize that although Jamaica is 4,411 square miles, right? There are a lot of places where people can hide for years, because I've seen that myself. So Kerry's right on point. So thanks for that, Kerry.
Okay. And Tiffany was just reminding that thumbs up the live stream and share it out if you can. And more Happy Team members coming through. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. So happy Saturday to all of you guys. Thank you so much again. And I was welcoming Happy Team. So they made a sweep through, and Tara was saying that some of these judges need to be disrobed and the courthouse bulldozed down.
No, but Tara, based on what you said, right, and trust me, when I look at it, Tara, and in terms of what I explained there, right, the judge who is well learned, right, to make a decision like that, right, trust me, I find it ridiculous. Right. However, he had made the decision, might be for obvious reason, Tara. So let's just say that might be for obvious reason, right? That decision was made. But if I was in the judge's shoes, right, he would not be getting any bail.
That judge should be brought before the bar.
Yeah, he would not be getting any bail if I was in that judge's shoes.
Yeah, because that was just so much of a wrong decision. And Moya is thumbs it up. She's still here. Thank you so much for still being here. and just jumped once, guys. And mixing with the Moffats is saying
hello, I'm here. Bless myself, Moffat.
Happy Saturday to you. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And more salutations going out there. And Team Happy, more Team Happy. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate that. And Sammy and Sadi's in the building saying hello.
Bless up, Sammy and Sadi.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And they're saying Mystic Sensation, blessings, Mommy Ann and Mr. Byron. Blessings to you guys. Really appreciate you guys being here. And happy Friday to you. And more salutations going out there and more Team Happy. Thank you so much. And you said they're saying happy Friday to you guys as well. And David Grant is in the building saying good night, Mystic Sensation, and everyone in the house. Looks like I'm late as always. No, never late. Whenever you come, it's the right time.
Exactly.
You are right on time. So salutations going out there to David. And Tara is saying, Byron, they need to get rid of the bad weeds.
Certainly, Tara, 110% agree with you. Because Tara, and just let me lament a bit here, Tara. When we look on even our plea bargain system, right? Because I think that our plea bargain system is now becoming a jealous failure. Let me just explain why I said that as it relates to the plea bargain system. When you have someone can commit, right, a double tree, people understand what I'm talking about, right? And when you have a person like that who committed that double tree and only getting 12 years on a plea bargain, our persons do the most heinous crime and getting half of the sentence. Tara, you know what this is saying to me? It speaks about the skillfulness of the police officer to take a case through the judiciary process and where the prosecution who align with that particular case, right, lack the sufficient evidence. And so then, right, would have gone into a plea bargain. So then, why would the prosecutor, right, and this is my question, and let me explain why the prosecutor would have made certain decision as it relates to pleading with a defendant. Because what people need to know and people need to understand in law, the prosecutor has the plea bargain power, not the defendant, not the lawyers of the defendant. They have no plea bargain power. The only person who has that plea bargain power is the prosecutor. So it's only the prosecutor can offer that plea bargain. So let me tell you how it works. If a case that said I am the prosecutor, and when I look on the case might draw out right for months, and I decided that look, you know, I'm going to take you know, might be an economical decision on this. You understand? Because, you know, to drag it out and, you know, cost taxpayers money and all of that and blah, blah, blah. And we still don't really know how the judge is going to decide. Now, the only reason I find myself in that position is when my case is not strong, right? Is when my case is not strong enough. So if my case is not strong enough, certain things lacking, and I might have one or two, you know, evidence that the judge might need more evidence, right? Then I might say, okay, all right, let me go into a plea bargain, right? Just to, you know, avoid all of that. And then the judge might determine in his favor, right? Now, for the prosecution to be put in those positions, most of the time, it also gives you a reflection on the investigators. That either the investigators lack efficiency, right? The necessary skills, you understand, to get the sufficient evidence needed. And so then when the prosecution evidence is overwhelming, the prosecution don't need any plea bargain. The prosecution don't need to offer a plea bargain. So to every case that the prosecution is going to offer a plea bargain, it simply means it speaks in tandem of the investigators that they lack the required skills, right, in terms of getting the sufficient evidence. Or sometimes they might have real difficulty in terms of, people just don't want to talk and so forth and so forth and so forth, and they can't really connect the dots, right? And so then if they can't connect the dots and whatever evidence they have, you understand, they might tie with it and say, okay, all right, we don't really have much, but we go present it. We can argue this and argue that, right? And see, you understand, whether the judge might swing left or the judge may swing right. So that is, how a plea bargain system. Let me read out yoga with Goga. Plea bargain also an avenue for weaknesses on the part of the prosecution. So cases are poisoned from the beginning. So agree with you, yoga, and that, and which is so true. You understand? So then for cases that I see that yoga said really love this topic, work in the justice system for years and sometimes feel sad how injustice happened because of weakness in the justice chain. So true. And yoga, since you have the experience, so let me and you teach them certain things. What may have happened sometimes is that because when you're talking about evidence, the police need to, the proper chain of evidence as it relates to storage of evidence, collecting the evidence, storing the evidence properly, and so forth. Those are some of the breakdowns that may have happened that, affect the entire system. But when you have the prosecution seems to, you understand, the only card that he has is just flinging out plea bargain, right? And then it becomes now a revolving door within the system, yoga, because when you look and someone can do a double tree and come out in 8 years, right? Of course, it encourages him, you understand, to continue. I've seen cases where someone had committed double tree, right? And the judge, apart before he committed the double tree, though, right? He had prior charges as it relates to gun and robbery charges, and the judge, right, gave him light sentence. It could be a situation in terms of plea bargain, I don't know. Now, on the second rodeo of that guy, right? That guy did not change his ways, but that guy came out, and guess what? Boom, involved into a double murder. And surprisingly, again, the very same judge who had let him off the first time, again, give him only 7 years. Unbelievable. So let us go into the chat. Thank you for that contribution, Yoga.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Just sorry, guys. Just trying to. So a lot of salutations going on there. So I'm just trying to pick up back from. Okay, we did Sammy and Seti. We did.
Okay, guys, we're just going through the chat to make sure that
we don't miss anybody.
Persons who make their contribution, at least I answer them. Many of the so-called law enforcers are in bed with the gangsters and criminals. Tara, there's no doubt about that. If you did hear the tape that I played earlier, as it relates to what Mr. Watson said, as it relates to this particular person that I'm making reference of, you understand, who ended up gotten bail and free, that a lot of policemen were on his payroll, right? Including detectives and so forth. And, to say the least, Tara, this is really shocking for us as a society when you have not only few police that seems to be corrupt, but it seems like the corruption gone all the way through, right? The entire judiciary processes. You understand? Lawyers and judges and politicians and so forth and so forth and so forth, right? It is really a sad day, right? And speaks, in full length of our society. What sort of society are we shaping, right? I mean, if we need for Jamaica to be the paradise that we want Jamaica to be, right? We have to work together to stamp out corruption. And I am glad that we have social media as it relates to YouTube, Twitter, and you name it. You understand? So that persons can, you understand, highlight these things, because we are not seeing any form of investigative journalism done either. It seems like they also align with the corruption. Go ahead.
Okay, so Teacher Peace in the building saying good night, Mystic Sensation, and everyone in the chat. Good night, Teacher P. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Friday to you. So salutations going out there for Teacher P who's joined us. We also have Rosalie from Happy Team, and we have quite a lot of Happy Team members that have passed through. I just want to say thank you guys again. Really appreciate the continued support. Some more salutations going out, more team members passing through, been virtual hugs, and Teacher P was saying too much nepotism, and we already touched on that. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, and Mystic Sense, I said corruption at its highest level and not getting any better. And Michibu is in the building saying checking in.
Bless up Michibu.
Michibu, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate you being here. And some talk there between Teacher P and Truck Life, and she's endorsing what you're saying. Yes, real talk. Yep. And Yoga with Goga has joined us, as you can see, has also contributed to the topic. Exactly. He's saying, hey, Mystic Sensation. Welcome again, Goga. Thank you so much for joining us, and happy Saturday to you. You're all the way in Kenya, so you are on Saturday already. You have time traveled. So more talk there. Okay, more salutation and thanks, and more talk there. Okay. Some more side talk there. Okay. And Tara was saying, time to put people and country before party.
Exactly, okay, Tara. So that's what exactly.
You were saying as well. Some more salutation. And Teacher P saying the system is very corrupt.
Exactly, Teacher P.
At the highest level.
At the highest level. And there's no joke with that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, more side talk there. And Truck Life is saying Mr. Byrne is always talking, and I can never say that he's telling a lie. He's always talking facts, respect every time, Mr. Byrne.
Bless up yourself, Truck Life.
Thank you so much for that, Truck Life. And Tara was saying the flight risk is the first red flag.
All right.
That bill might not be a good idea.
All right, Tara.
Right. Okay. And Teacher P saying so true, Truck Life, so she's endorsing what Truck Life had said. And Truck Life is saying, Teacher P, Mr. Byrne is such a knowledgeable man. Always good to hear him speak.
Thank you for that, Truck Life.
And Teacher P said, that's right, Truck Life. He's knowledgeable for real. And Yoga had two questions. So Boga had two questions. Byron, two questions. Does the judiciary system have an anti-corruption court? How is the appellate process to overturn some of those unfortunate judgments? Yeah,
a very good question. There, as it relates to the Court of Appeal, right? Yeah, it can be done, and we do have process. But again, and let me say that this to you, Yoga. we have seen where skillful lawyers use something what they call delay tactics, right? And drag it out and drag it out and drag it out and drag it out. So before even thinking about those processes, just seems like, you know, the very thought of it is just, no, I'm not going to even attempt that, basically.
Yes, and I think the highest court of appeal now we have is the Caribbean Court of Appeal,
Yeah,
where these cases where unjust rulings have been made can be
Exactly.
appealed and stuff. But you know that if you're found guilty, you start the process all over again.
And-
so
and-
you really have to think
and
really
yoga,
hard if you want to go through all
yeah,
of that.
The process that we had previously as it relates to the Privy Council, right, and our Caribbean committee, right, trying to create the Caribbean Court Appellate, where it stops there and not go to the Court of Appeal.
Okay.
That in the UK, right, I think that is going to be a fundamental error, because it shows you how the system easily
Corrupt already.
can be corrupted.
It is
Right.
already corrupt.
So for me, right, they are going to do some swings to say about independent and so forth and so forth. While that may be true in terms of their line of argument, to be independent, you understand, from the total colonial system, I still believe that, right, the Privy Council would have make a better ruling on these issues.
Okay, so Farming in the City with Stacy is here saying, hey, Mystic and everyone, welcome Farming. Happy Friday. I know I've been here a while, but just getting through to welcoming you. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I think I did welcome you in the chat already just by texting, but thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate the support. And salutations going out there, and Teacher P saying, please like and share, guys.
Thank you, Teacher
so
P.
much for that reminder, Teacher P. Let's make it tear off.
Tired.
Mhm. And more happy team members here. We have Rochelle and we have Irma that has joined us as well. Thank you so much, happy team. Really appreciate your continued support. And then we had I brought that up, that Goga I said, because I was trying to make it in real time. And Tara was saying, giving some of these criminals bail is a deadly blow to victims and victims' families. So true. The damn people in those robes sit in court and add more psychological issues to victims and victims' family. That's
Tara,
so true.
Could not be better said. And you stated it, I mean, trust me. And this is the thing, right? That
Excuse me.
based on what Tara saying there, right? For that person to be given bail like that and being free now to, you know, move towards his victim, right? It is, look, Tara, the system again is so corrupt, because where you have high profile cases, right, and where you have those witnesses, right, who you know, giving testimonies in some of those cases, right, the witness protection system again is a flaw, right? Just 2 weeks ago, right, one of such person in the program is speaking out, right, that he wants some assistance, right? You take all the risks that you take, right? And we know how Jamaica stay. We now ground that look here, when you're involved into a high profile case, right, and you as a witness, right, if you don't get that adequate protection, you know, we know what can happen. We know what can happen, right? And for you to have people, right, under the witness protection program, and the witness protection program is not carrying through, right, what they stated that they would have done, right? Trust me, and more added mayhem to your life, right? And so how you deal with that? Let me just bring up this person now, Tara. And
Yeah.
bring up Tara.
Okay. 1 sec.
All right. So,
Oh, device is not connected. Let me see.
oh, Tara,
Yes,
it is saying that the device is not connected because I'm clicking on it and I'm not getting it up. Tara.
Should have try again.
Try again, Tara.
Try again. It's giving some error report.
That devices is not connected because I was trying to bring you up.
Oh, you must have clicked on something.
No.
Okay, she's gonna try again.
Right. So we have also that process in terms of of wholesomeness through the judiciary process in terms of the protection of the witness, right? To make sure that okay, we preserve this case, right, upon completion, and for right the appropriate judgment to pass on to the defendant, right? Then you find it that okay, the witness protection program now is a factor, right? And if people are not comfortable to be protected, right, then it's an entire breakdown. It's a joke system. You understand, to say the least? It's a joke system, and at the same time, right, you are encouraging people. Okay, please speak up. And when people willing to speak up and people willing to give evidence and so forth, then they are facing those experiences. Madness.
Okay.
All right, Tara. Thank you for coming up. How are you doing today, Tara?
I am good. You can hear me properly?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, loud and clear. All right, so wife is going to read out.
I am good. You can hear me properly?
Yes, we are hearing you, Tara. Are we getting a feedback?
I think maybe her device is acting up.
Okay, speak again, Tara.
Oh, she muted it. She's having some.
Okay.
Hello?
Oh, yes, Tara, we are hearing you loud and clear. So I was just
Okay.
saying that wife is just going to read on the chat. Just hang tight with us until she does
Hello?
read out. Oh, yes, Tara, we are hearing you loud and clear. So I was just
Oh, sure.
Okay, she's having a feedback there. Okay, so Tara saying by handing, I think she should say handing down these ridiculous
Yes.
sentences to the perpetrators. So she was finishing up what she was saying there. And we have Rose Kitchen and Vlogs in the building saying hello, host, and everyone in the chat.
All right.
Hello, Rose. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. It's still Friday in Ontario. So happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate you being here. And she's saying happy Friday as well. And we have Maya also from Happy Team still here. Thank you so much for still being here. Maya and Sammy said he said, like as you come on in, guys. Thanks you so much for that reminder.
Sam.
Really appreciate it. And Truck Life was saying Tara lol, which was something that Tara said. And Yoga was saying, okay, so I did bring that one up already. He's talking about the years that he's working the justice system and the weaknesses that he's observed. And Sammy said he's saying, yeah, true, great topic, always interesting and informative. Thank you so much, Sammy and Sedi. And Sammy and Sedi said, always learn a lot over here. Thank you so much for that endorsement. Really appreciate it. And Melly from Team Happy is in the building. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate that. And Teacher P Tara is saying these criminals plan out the plea bargain before they commit these crimes too. That is so true.
Yeah. Create a revolving door in the system.
And Yoga was saying yes. Okay, guys, so as usual, I'm skipping over the salutations, and salutations going out to Rose, and Hazel Palmer from Team Happy is also here saying hello, sir. Welcome. Hazel, thank you so much for joining. Some more salutations going out there to Happy Team and everyone who's here. So Yoga is saying, welcome, you're most welcome, Mystic. Can I get Baron's opinion on the two questions I asked earlier? Okay, so you did regarding the appellate court and stuff. And Dennis Way is in the building saying hello, host. Hello, Dennis Way. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate you being here. Happy Friday. And salutations going out there. And Tara is saying blurred lines, the judge should recuse himself. Blatant bull, you know what?
Exactly.
Bull, sit down.
I mean, bull, sit down, Tara. I mean, remember me told you.
Tara was saying should have, yes. The judge should have recused himself from that particular case. All right, some more salutations going out there and well wishes. And Yoga was saying, wow, thanks for the input. Means a lot of changes has to be initiated at the Judiciary generally. Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes,
a whole lot. It's a whole revamping. And Farming was saying, Tara, I'm well. Thanks, and was asking how she's doing. So Goga was saying
we had a radical purge at the judiciary a few years back here in Kenya that cost corrupt judges their jobs, and what followed was a raft of changes in the court system, including vetting judges. Well, the very same thing need to happen here right now.
So the whole system need revamping.
Yep.
Right, and Yoga was saying still not perfect, but it has demystified the judicial post since a complaint against your decision can cost your job. Oh,
exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow, so more accountability.
More accountability, and that is very good. That is what we need.
Right, so we have caught up with the chat. So
yes, Tara, thank you for taking. And yes, Yoga, most of the and I will say it plain that the body system as it relates to judges, politicians, police, right? And in that body club, all is well for them, right? And so here you have it, right? So Sister Tara, as I was speaking as it relates to that judge and that sort of situation where with this guy, right? If you were in the judge position, Tara, let me hear, how you deal with this.
Hello, you can hear me?
Yes, man, loud and clear. How did you?
First of all, I must confess that, I got a call and I was unable to listen to parts of what you were saying.
Okay.
So I missed some of it. But look, a part that I heard. First of all, it is too coincidental that the same judge end up with the same person.
Oh, yes.
With the same kind of crime committed and him act the same way.
Same way.
You are telling me that as a learned person, because you mentioned that, as a learned person, when you do, but just like you, Byron, when you work and you go, I don't know if people maybe do like me after the day ends, I flip back in my head and go over the day and try to analyze what I did, what I said, what I could have done better, and so you're telling me that the same judge go back with the same person for the same crime and do it the same way, and there's nothing funny about it?
You better believe it.
No.
You better believe it.
Because I am saying you don't look back on anything for the first one and think that something is wrong.
But Tara, again, you would have gotten an antecedent report in front of him. You'd have that, right?
Look.
An antecedent would have done, and the previous charges would have been on the antecedent, right? And all of that, you tell me, Tara, sick, sad.
Yeah, so that makes you see how blatant certain things are.
Definitely.
The corruption, and I think this is what grieves me even more these days, because it's not that people are just doing these things, but it never so blatant.
Exactly.
It never so blatant. It is like these people already know that even though I am in this position where the result and how people move on from this is dependent on what is going to come out of my mouth. The verdict that I'm going to put down here is going to impact several lives, whichever way. And you know this, and you still go there, and you still go to the BS,
But you
and
have
people are going to tell me that there's no connection. Byron, I am not here as a judge nor a juror. But if it smells like it is
Mhm.
that
Exactly.
simple as that.
But you wonder what the Bar Association is doing in Jamaica, because you have these decisions being made over and over again, and nobody is being disbarred or being punished or anything for it. They just continue doing it, and it's not like the bar doesn't know what is happening underneath
What
the table.
you mean bar for liquor?
I must start.
I must bar for liquor because I don't know what you're talking about.
Tara, must my little place behind the shit.
Byron, I think so.
You know
Because I
that
don't know what
have
I,
their
let,
governing body, but their governing body is not holding them accountable when they do anything wrong. So the bar association sit down a bar while them people are doing what them want to do underneath the table. You're right.
I think a lot of the bodies is sheer facade. Sheer
Exactly.
facade. Because
Collect
what
the money here for
exactly.
and
Yeah.
nothing is just to make sure that the money is coming in to maintain their association, but the association is not really doing anything for the public or whatever. They just let their members do whatever they want to do because they're benefiting from the spoils as well.
Yes.
Of course.
Because what I look on, Tara, is the whole aspect of how it affects nation building, right? In terms of us as a people, want to be in a society where, law and order, right? Yeah, law and order is significant to us, right? And that our life can be protected, right? Because the police is there to serve and protect. And where you have, when we are looking, all right, so let me say this to people because right now, Tara, based on the last research that I did, Jamaica is partially, I stand to be corrected, right? I'm almost certain that Jamaica is the number one as it relates to the murder capital, in the entire Caribbean.
Well,
Right? I don't
if I know
say
one,
there-
if I
eh?
know one, in year one is soon one, it almost one.
Yeah, but we're almost certain that
I
we are the
think
number one. We are the number one
once
there.
I heard that. I don't know if it has changed. I
Yes.
doubt it, but
But Tara, it is not like our situation cannot be solved. Our situation cannot be solved. But
of
the
course,
question, do we really want it solved, particularly the politicians? I don't think that the politicians
that is where you need to ask the question, and that is
exactly
exactly where you need to start from.
because for them, Tara,
Crime pays.
it appears as if crime pay. And let me tell you why crime pay, because based on some information coming out and some investigation that being done, right? Covertly, right? It is showing signs and signals where politicians involved, you understand, with drugs done, right? And so then, of course, and these drugs done are the ones who carry the guns and carrying this and carrying that. And when you look on the statistics, Tara, and see that our crime statistics, particularly where murder is concerned, is climbing every year. And it seems like it is not getting any better, right? And then you want to tell me that we don't have skillful police officers here who can detect certain things, and seems like the intel that we are getting as it relates to finding some of the same drugs kingpin in Jamaica, we are getting those intel from the United States. It's an embarrassment. The reason why we are getting those intel from the United States is because a lot of people, the body club, it is not like they don't know where them better. You understand what I'm saying?
That I agree with you 100%. Mind you, there are things that need improving. There are things that needs to be revamped, and there are things that need to just dash for them and go. But all in all,
Exactly.
there are some things that are in place and is workable. But as you started off and you say do we really want to find these people? Look here, if my money coming in from a certain
You don't
source,
think so?
look here, me a blind Bartimaeus to what is going on. The dark glass is darker than I'm supposed to dark, and I am looking left when we're supposed to look right. Because you need to get a pass and go over the place, the over one path. You
Yeah,
understand me? So when these people come and we have to get it from abroad, because these people here abroad is not invested in the whole operation as it relates to the benefit of
exactly.
keeping it as it is. Those who are there and the politicians who are connected, them know. That's why when teachers and police are ball for pay, not for the politicians, them not ball because they might get paid more than one way. Many
Exactly.
of them, they have businesses, they're getting paid as for the people and taxpayers money and everything else, plus them and in some things out there with a whole heap of cash doling out and then getting for them money. So then have no reason for ball.
Because Tara, all right. Even the other day I saw something. Look at El Salvador, Tara, as it relates to El Salvador, who was once, you understand, leading as it relates to the murder capital in the entire Caribbean, El Salvador. And can you imagine, Tara, when you look on 6 years trajectory on El Salvador, El Salvador trajectory now is formulating a step down, not step up, step down, right? Where their murder rate leaving from roughly about 70% to the murder rate now as it relates to El Salvador is barely 18.5%. Look on the improvement. And you are going to tell me, Tara, that you have a government with a minister of national security like Horace Chan, and then just sitting and see it. You understand? Under the responsibility there. And under his responsibility, murder increase year upon year upon year upon year, and this man still have him job. You tell me if this or not. You tell me if this not if not body club businesses.
But there's no question about that. And as in reference to El Salvador, um, they have a sense of purpose and they do what they had done with a certain intent and a
Exactly.
certain result in mind. So
Exactly.
you have to have people who are like-minded, who know that this is the goal that we're working towards. And indeed, all of us are on board. You don't want
Yeah.
no boaty, but if I'm two side, you don't want nobody when don't trickster, because some of these people are very crafty. They only appear to be, but they are not. And they are recognizable by others, but because they have to serve as a distraction, they have to keep them there. But they really
Exactly.
don't want to fix it. Because if you want to fix it, you're going to dig deep and you're going to employ certain people. But as it relates to security that is in place, Mr. Security, every day just prove how inept he is. Because I don't know what, look here, your teacher ever tell us you want bench at school? Him come to one bench because that's the only thing we see him up there is a bench warmer.
Exactly.
He
Because
don't know his head from him tail.
all right. Um, Tara, really thank you for the contribution because we know say some persons in the chat them skin and catch them on the game, I don't know when.
Yes, and this is where my Wi-Fi is
So,
not no 20 speed, so I am not a
yes.
part of
So,
this part.
so here we go now, Tara. Let me just do my final speech in saying that
Yes,
look
yes,
here, I
darling.
honestly, Tara, don't believe that these persons really want the crime. You
Okay.
understand? To you know, to eliminate crime because they are getting paid from
They're
the crime.
getting their
They
spoils.
are getting the spoils from the crime. And that now say, well, gamers, we don't want to know, we don't want to because we don't want to know have them tonight. So Tara, all right,
Yes,
we're
my
going now.
dear. Blessings,
Give
blessings.
life her
Thank
segment.
you.
Thank you,
Mhm.
Tara, for coming up. Really,
No
love you
problem.
very much, Tara.
Really
All right.
appreciate
All
it.
right. No problem.
Okay, so just regarding when you were talking about the country with the highest murder per capita, so I pulled that up. So it
Okay.
says Caribbean country with, and this is since August 4th, 2021. So Caribbean country with the worst murder rate. What do you think it is?
So I was
Jamaica.
right. So I was right.
Nobody never said it wrong, Baron.
Okay.
Can you let me finish, please?
Okay, go ahead.
Make
Sorry,
nobody
man.
never said
Sorry,
it wrong.
wifey. Go ahead.
Thank you. All right. Eastern Caribbean state with the highest robbery rate, St. Lucia. Caribbean territory most prone to financial secrecy, Turks and Caicos. So that's how they have it. And then they put like murder victims in Jamaica, 1,323. Homicide victims in Dominica
Wow.
Republic, 961. Murder victims in Trinidad and Tobago, 393, and it goes on and on. So we are heading the list.
So we are number one. So I was correct. Oh, rabbit team.
Okay, Baron, thank you so much for your wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
As usual. Always put a lot of work into your presentation. Really appreciate that, and you make sure you try and be as factual as you can, just to present the truth.
Yes, and I learned from the very best. My wifey here, right? She's good. No,
May I do the talking or you do the talking? You say, make quiet, man, you got to talk, make it talk.
we are a team, my wife. We're a team.
But sometimes, honestly, I forgot to start coming to change for my talk.
But I'm not getting more expensive.
So, guys, thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you so much for still being here. Really appreciate it. So, Ricardo, get up with four eyes looking and know what I'm looking at. Then Chuck Live said, Ricardo, what you're looking at? And Chuck Live said, Ricardo, you're not tired, bro? Go take a nap. Ricardo said, me just wake up back, lol. And Farming is saying hello to Ricardo, so salutations there. And Chuck Life is saying, Ricardo, the game's finished already. You can go back to sleep. Good night. Look here, people, may have a day care, don't make me laugh too much. Family said, lol, Chuck Life. Ricardo said, watch ya, lol. And Ricardo is saying, hey, Stacy. And David is saying, bad man, Ricardo. Chuck Life is laughing, and Ricardo is saying, David, you know, see the portal full. What are you doing over here? David said, go no, brother. Ricardo said, me need the duct tape. May I tell him I need several rolls of duct tape. Okay, guys, so now we are going to go into the Jeopardy game segment. So let me pull up the template. So as usual, let me go through the rules. So we have the questions we have the have it in statement form, and then you're going to answer in question form. If it is a place or thing, it is what is. If it's a person, you answer with who is in the form of a question. If you don't have it in the form of a question, then that is going to be incorrect. And we have the categories with the different. So here we go. Sorry. Okay, so we have the categories with the different values that you can choose from. And as usual, just to start with, the first person who chooses the first category that we see come up on the screen, that's what we're going to start with. And then consecutively, those who answer the question correctly, then they will choose the next category and for what amount they want it for. Right, and uniquely blessed Empress is in the building. Welcome,
Sister Empress.
Unique, it's not Empress. Empress is a different Empress. Oh. Welcome, Unique. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate you being here. And it's saying bless up Empress and salutations going out there. And then it's always saying, hope I can answer the question. Yes.
All right.
So as usual, we have 5 winners each night. First place get $1,000 credit, Digicel or Flow. Runner-ups up to 5th place get $500 credit, Digicel or Flow. And the shirt from Team Happy is in the building saying, how are you, host? Good, thank you. I'm sure. Thank you so much for joining us. Having a bit of a headache with a lot of pressure, but we'll continue through. And Ricardo is looking with more eyes. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen. It's number 4 template that we're on. All right, so these are the categories that we have: Mystic Sensation videos, science, scrambled letters, current affairs, and sports. So all the bright sparks are out in their numbers tonight. So you can start choosing the first category that I see come up. That is what we're going to start with, as I said. So the categories are there and the values are there for under each category. So you can choose. Okay, so Dennis was saying science, but you have to say science for how much? Science for 100 or whatever. So Chuck Life was saying Mystic Sensation. Okay, so Chuck Life came up first because you didn't have a value. Dennis Way. So Chuck Life says Mystic Sensation videos for 100. So let me grab that. So it says from the video, vibing in the kitchen, and Byron was preparing this. So you tell us what we were preparing from that video. So anybody can answer. It's a free for all, but as I said, the person with the correct answer gets to choose who answers correctly get to choose the next category and for how many points. Of course. Okay. All right. What is Akian fish? Look at people guessing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I see the answer. Dennis is laughing. I see the answer that I am looking for. So I am just going to go ahead because time is against us and reveal it. What is fish? So the person who answers correctly, what is fish? It is Tiffany. So Tiffany for 100 points. So Tiffany, you choose. Regardless of what is pork, what is crab. All right, so let me open up at the template. So, all right, so these are the categories to choose from. So Tiffany, you choose the next category. And Hazel, thank you so much for still being here. Really appreciate it. And Mikato 3 TV is in the building saying, bless up.
Bless yourself, Mikato.
Bless up, Mikato. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Friday to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And salutation going out there from Chuck Live to Mikato. So, Tiffany, okay, Mystic Sensation videos for 200. All right, let's see. So from the video, Flower or Power, state the month and day of Anne's birthday. State the month and day of Anne's birthday. That's from the Flower or Power video. Right, so more salutations going out there to Mikato. Says it's raining.
It's raining?
According to the app, it says it should be raining. Sure, if it is. Ricardo guessing. Nope, Tiffany is doing the same. Nope. Run back the video, people. It's sort of warm, Ricardo. One part of it, they're correct. Chocolate said like, oh, she didn't ask for the year. Lol. Nope. Nope. The month and the day, it will be just fine. Thank you very much, Truck Life. Baron almost revealed the year. I had to stop him. You get cold again, Ricardo. Truck Life laughing. Ricardo is laughing. I'll live off of June.
That's why I'm going June.
Oh my goodness. Nope. Just your course until you start freeze.
So we're going to go on July next. We're going to go June of the month.
God of July. Nope. Oh my goodness.
Give them a month or two.
Mikito, July. Nope. David said, watch guessing. You see it, David, nowhere near those months that they're putting in the chat. It's further down in the year. Further down in the year.
It's further down in the year.
Let me give you that clue. Further down in the year. And Ricardo was so close at the beginning when I said he's close, but just one thing is incorrect. Ricardo said David Gwe. Back up, not so far down. Reverse. See my girl come in. You know, so she there, she not get it right, and she come in with it.
Island
see the
girl
answer that I am looking for.
Island girl, let's go sweep them wet.
Empress came in with the cards and she just jump on the board with it. What? Wait, me have to see who first come with it because Mr. Tiffany have it.
What?
Let me see. So you know what I have to do, guys? I need to refresh.
Because
Ricardo say, hello, me want to sleep, and then you laugh. Well, you're going to suffer with me, Ricardo, because right now I'm having a terrible headache from the start since night. I'm headache with pressure. All right, so let's see who first came in with the... So you're going to suffer with me. You want to sleep, me have headache. So first on the board with the correct answer is Tiffany.
and
What
that
is
for
October 6th? Yes. So Tiffany, then Empress. Farming said November 6th. You were almost there. So let me just go back the screen. All right. So Tiffany gets to choose the next category, and Empress is saying hello. Hold on. So Empress is saying good night, everyone, and Ricardo is saying, okay, me read. I don't know how sleeping a dead with love. Empress said, flew and mash me up, man. Pure sleep, me asleep. Hush.
Hush, Empress.
Hush, Empress. Hope you feel better soon. And Empress said Tiffany got it, man. Yes. And David said, Ricardo, why you can't go sleep in the work still asleep? Work still like you. And Mikito said, October 6th is my birthday. Okay. Yes, we are good people, Mikito. Good people. So we share the same birthday. But we're not going to wait for the same year.
No.
That would have to be half the year.
To share the same here.
And Empress said, good night, my friends. And Rich, Jamaica Kitchen
Bless
is in
up
the
yourself,
building.
Rich.
Saying, blessings to everyone. Blessings to you, Rich. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Happy Friday. Oops, I made a big leap. And Ricardo said, watch ya. Okay, and she's saying science for 300. So let me bring that up and then we continue with the chat. So in science, the length of an eon. What is the length of an eon? All right. So science for 300 per Tiffany, and Empress is saying Baron Wagwan.
There, Empress.
And Jihan from Happy Team is here. Thank you so much for being here. Jihan, really
Bless up yourself,
appreciate it.
Jihan.
And Truck Life is blessing up Richie. So salutations going on there. And Richie is blessing up Truck Life. And Mikato is blessing up Richie. Okay. And Jihan is showing us love and saying blessings host. And Ricardo is saying big up the September massive. You're saying the September massive in here. You say October massive. October.
And October.
Oh God. We're nice, but we're miserable when we're ready. I gotta say blessing, bro, and Mikato is laughing. Yes, Mikato. The other part they have to be off here. And Empress is saying from my grandma's funeral.
Condolences, Empress. My condolences
for it. Okay. Yes, again, our condolences for your grandmother, and I hope the funeral went well, and really hope you start to feel better soon. Baron,
I don't understand what you're saying.
You can have hiccups at funerals too.
Okay.
You know, pray that they have a good send off and she'll be resting in peace. You know what I mean?
The first
yes.
couple of the loved one of
Yes, I'm gonna counteract you when you're talking. You see, you say.
Okay.
No.
All
right. So, oh my goodness, let me see who first came in with the correct answer. Okay, I saw the answer. Kill me. You see, Ricardo said, Baron, shh.
Talking nice, Ricardo.
Ricardo said, duct tape. Oh my God. No, I think that's the answer. Why am I not seeing anything? Empress, okay. All right, space bar. So what is 1 billion years? So that is Empress. So Empress for 300.
What?
So in science, the length of an eon is what is 1 billion years. And then I start putting some footnotes there. So the Earth is approximately 4.54 billion years old, or 4.54 billion eons old. All right, so Empress, you get to choose the next category. And for how many points? So Empress, salutations going out there to Empress. Empress is saying here, Ricardo, more salutations going on there. Okay, and Tiffany also came in with the answer, but after Empress, what is a billion year? And Ricardo said, shh, Baron. And the Empress is saying, thanks so much. Funeral was good. She had an amazing send-off. Yes, that's what I meant. Okay, and Tiffany is laughing. All right, and Empress is saying, Mystic Sensation videos for 500. All right, let's reveal that one. So Mystic Sensation videos for 500. From the video, Flower or Power, name Baron's 2 favorite shoe brands. From the video, Flower or Power, name Baron's 2 favorite shoe brands. Right. Sure, as the Empress love the 500s. Empress is a bright spot. Empress always lick the board big. Mr. Look on the guesses. Chuck Life, Nike and Clark's not bad. Ricardo,
Not bad truck life. Good attempt.
Dennis will say, what is Steve Madden and what is Nike? Nope. Empress don't come. Empress, I give her the donkey legs. Oh my God, Ricardo said, what is Timberland and Clark's? Chuck Life said, what is Nike and Reebok? Oh my God. Ricardo said, what is Crocs and church?
You know, sir, disrespect.
Chuck Life said, what is Nike and church shoes? Tiffany said, what is Clark's and Reebok? Ricardo said, what
Good
is
try,
bare-
Tiffany.
What is barefoot and slickers? This Mr. Ricardo said Crocs. Ricardo is laughing. Oh my God. I'm not telling us the Empress I give her the donkey legs. And then it's Mr. Ricardo, what will laugh? And I see the answer I'm looking for. What is Clarks and Kickers? And then Tiffany came in with what is Clarks and Kickers. But let me see who first came in since both of them. Okay. So Empress is actually first. What is Clarks and Kickers? So what is Barefoot and Slippers?
Okay, so here you have the score. Tiffany on 300, Empress on 800.
Okay.
Empress still choose her category.
Right, so there is the board. So choose your next category. Chuck Live, so what is Nike and Puma? And then it's with the thanks Ricardo. Some to cracking up. And Empress is saying, Miss know about the Clarks, but never remember the other one and never one guess. Ricardo said, then Kickers not the same as church boots. No. Ricardo said, how much me there? How much egg you have?
Well, your hand side. How much egg you have?
How many eggs do you have? Okay, so Empress.
I'm ask how much in there no lay nothing yet.
So Mystic Sensation videos for 400. That's per Empress. So in the video, husband says he's not drunk. Number of times Byron said that and farted. In the video, husband says he's not drunk because number of times Byron said that and farted. Ricardo said, me don't like this and laughing. Ricardo said 1. Chocolate said 3. Ricardo said 5. Tiffany said, what is 2? All right, so Tiffany is correct.
That goes for what? 400?
Yes, Ricardo said, what is 6? Dennis Way said, yes, I watched this video. Yes. Ricardo said 9. I saw me bad.
Yes.
Okay, so what is 2 times? Oh my goodness. You guys not easy. Not me guessing bad. And then he was saying, yeah, no, 2 times. Ricardo said, watch guessing. All right, so Tiffany is the one who came in with the correct. Wait. It was Tiffany, right? Yeah, Tiffany, what is 2? So Tiffany chooses the next category. And Tiffany then with laughter and Empress saying Lord Byron. And Ricardo said, then me account and come so 2. Empress, I never remember that one. And Tiffany said, Dennis Way, you have to use what is or who is. Yes, okay, so she's reminding Dennis Way. All right. So Tiffany says Mystic Sensation videos for 300. I made her hurt me more. And from the video, it's all about the dinner. And the rest of it, name of person Denton said could eat 20 pounds of flour at once.
The one that crave me.
I tell you, so it's all about the dinner. Name of person Denton said could eat 20 pounds of flour at once. Okay. Welcome, fans. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Friday to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. She's saying hello.
Bless up yourself, vibes.
In the chat. So happy to have you. Thank you so much for the support. And Ricardo said, "Who is Byron?" When he said, "Who is Mike?" Chuck Live said, "Who is Mr. Byron?" Oh my God. Okay, all right. So Empress Depanit, Empress, remember. Empress said, "Who is Foodie?" Yes, Foodie from St. Thomas. Was St. Thomas, right? Yeah, because what's her name? Husband, Kai husband actually know him and endorse it. Yeah. So who is Foodie?
Okay, it's from St. Thomas?
Her husband, yes.
Okay.
All right. So that is the board. So Empress gets to choose the next category. Ricardo said, "What's my score?"
Him no lay yet, so I don't tell him nothing.
Empress, you're not even have the first. You're my Empress, sorry. Ricardo, you're not even have the first shell yet. Empress said, "I remember food, may I tell you?" And she said, "Scrambled for 500. So Empress is choosing scrambled for 500.
Okay.
So scrambled for 500. So those are the letters that you need to unscramble to make into a word. And remember, you have to put what is if it's a thing or place, and who is if it's the answer is a person. All right. Behind. Look at the British people, them. Look at the British people. This is who first came in. Okay. So that didn't take them long at all. Right. So what is cranberries? So first on the board with the correct response is Empress, then Tiffany. So Empress get that for 500. Empress, I lick down the scoreboard big.
Why? Empress are ticking up the scoreboard.
I tell you,
Empress on the move. Empress on 1,600 points. Tiffany on 700 points.
Okay, there's the board. So Empress gets to choose the next category. So Truck Life, so you people are smart and quick. Empress said Truck Life, big up. Empress said, okay, scrambled for 400. Truck Life said Empress on fire tonight.
Oh, yes.
So scrambled for 400. All right, so those are the letters to be made into a word. Okay. All right. So I see the answer. Let me just make sure of who came in first. Okay, I hope I had the S. Oh, sorry guys, I left off the second S, but it's what is shepherds. There's another S here. So what is shepherds? So first on the board is Ricardo. then Empress, and then Tiffany. Empress said just a try something truck live. All right, so
Okay, there you have it, Ricardo. On
Ricardo.
400, Empress on 1600, Tiffany on 700. Ricardo, please choose a category.
Mhm. Go back and correct that part on the public. Second is. All right, so Ricardo, choose your category and how many points? Current affairs for 300. All right. The international organization IPCC presents its reports on climate change. IPCC stands for IPCC. What is the meaning of that abbreviation? Google, I go blaze up, you know. All right, so first person in with the correct answer. Right, so let's the answer. So what is Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change? So first on the board with the correct answer is Ricardo, then Empress, then Tiffany. So Ricardo, so that's for 300 points. So Ricardo, choose the next category. Let me just give you the
Okay.
scoreboard.
Ricardo on 700, Tiffany on
Scoreboard, the
700,
template.
Empress in the lead, 1600 points.
Right. It's current affairs for 400. All right, so let's see. The Donbass War is currently being fought in this country. The Donbass War is currently being fought in this country. Nope, Tiffany, it's not over in that. It's not over on that side. Okay. All right, so answer is in. I'm not gonna tarry for the sake of time. So I see the correct answer. So let me just reveal it and then reveal the person who got it. So what is Ukraine? So first person in with the correct response is Ricardo. So Tiffany was thinking on the right thing, but she put the other country instead.
So there you have it. Ricardo on 1100 points, Empress on 1600 points in the lead, Tiffany on 700 points. Ricardo, please choose your category.
Yeah, so Ricardo got that one. Knock myself out. Okay, so Ricardo says sports for 500. Empress Ricky, no current affairs, him have a sense. Choose all. Oh my goodness. All right, let me just so sports for 500, that's what he had said. Okay, yeah. Sports of 500. This country held the first ever Olympic game. The first ever Olympic game in history, guys. The first ever Olympic game. I cannot stress that enough. The first ever Olympic game. The first ever Olympic game ever in history. Okay, can't give them any more clues. All right, and I see the answer that I am looking for. So not gonna. So what is Greece? So first on the board with that correct answer is Ricardo.
500.
500. Right, so choose your category.
So there you have it. Ricardo kicking over the scoreboard with 500 points added to his score. Ricardo is on 1600, Empress on 1600, Tiffany on
It's
700.
a tie.
So it's a tie between Ricardo and Empress.
Baron, why every week you have the people them over here kick over the scoreboard?
Them
So
kick it over?
you keep scoring them, I kick you over.
But be very skilled.
So Ricardo said sports for 400 and Empress said, me know Ricky passed me out now. No, both of you neck and neck. It's a tie. Right, so sports for 400. This boxer fought against Muhammad Ali and won. This boxer fought against Muhammad Ali and won. Excuse me. So this boxer fought against Muhammad Ali and won. Who is Pinks? I don't know nobody name so. All right. So I see the answer that I am looking for. Right, let's see who. And remember, guys, then for the name of person, it have to be who is. Right. So it is who is Joe Fraser.
Who's that, Empress?
Yes, so Empress, she answered who is, and then she still come back and still get it with full name. So Empress took home that one for 400 points. So who is Joe Fraser?
So the score as it is, Tiffany on 700, Ricardo on 1600, Empress in the lead, 2,000 points.
It was Holyfield. Ricardo said, me don't know this. Empress said, who's Ernie Terrell? I don't know anyone by that name. Said, Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Press on fire. Right, so choose the next category, Empress. Scrambled for 300. Okay. So scrambled for 300. So those are the letters you need to make into a word. Oh, excuse me. Boy, I say I can't hold on. I see the answer, so I am not going to tarry. Okay. All right. So the answer is, what is Sand Castle? So what is Sand Castle? So person with the correct answer is who first came in? Empress. And that is for 300 points. So Empress first in with that for 300 points. Tiffany's sleeping.
Okay, so there you have it. Tiffany on 700, Ricardo on 1600, Empress 2300. Empress is in the lead.
So she is now choosing scrambled for 200. So those are the letters to be made into a word. So I can't hold them. It's see who first came in with the correct response. So it's notebook. So Empress, what is notebook? Then Ricardo, then Tiffany. So Empress, and that is for 200 points. I give you back the board. There you go.
Yes,
The next
score Tiffany and 700, Ricardo 1600, Empress and 2,500 points.
Okay, and she wants to complete scrambled. All right. So those are the letters to be made into a word.
That one is very easy.
Conversation with food.
See ya.
All right. So first on the board with the correct response of what is teacher is Tiffany for 100 points. So Tiffany, 100.
So there you have it. Tiffany on 800 points. Ricardo on 1,600 points. Empress on 2,500 points. Tiffany, time to choose a category.
Empress said cheater. That could work, but it's teacher I'm looking for. I didn't even realize it could be so many ways to unscramble it. All right, so Tiffany, choose your category. She wants science for 500. All right. The large mammal's tail is so strong it can stand on it and lift its hind legs off the ground. The mammal's tail is so strong it can stand on it and lift its hind legs off the ground. What is this mammal? Its name. Oops, we still have what's her name comment up there. Name the mammal. What? Somebody has jumped on the board. All right. So first with the correct response of what is a kangaroo is Truck Life.
All right.
So Truck Life is on the board.
For 500 points.
Yes, then we have David, then Empress, then Tiffany.
Okay.
So the footnote is the kangaroo may be a mammal, but it's also part of the marsupial family. This means that it gives birth to immature young that then spend a period of time developing further in a marsupial pouch. So the kangaroo's pouch is not only to transport its young, but to also help the newborn further develop. It's like an incubator then.
Okay, so there you have it. Chuck Life on 500 points. Tiffany on 800 points. Ricardo on 1,600 points. Empress in the lead with 2,500 points. Now, Chuck Life, choose a category.
Okay, so Empress said go Truck Life. Empress Truck Life said Empress lol. Empress said lol and never remember the kangaroo. All right, so Truck Life, choose your category, and he wants sports for 200. And sister who won more tennis Grand Slam titles, Venus Williams or Serena Williams? Which one of those sisters won the most Grand Slam titles? Ooh. Somebody else graced the board.
What?
All right, so first on the board with the correct response is, who is Serena Williams? So David, is now on the board for 200 points.
There you have it. So,
And we have Tiffany, no, then Shock Life, yes.
so David on the board with 200 points, Truck Life 500 points, Tiffany 800, Ricardo 1600, Empress in the lead 2500. David, please choose a category.
Empress says, who is such woman? All right, and she's laughing and choose David, and David is saying science for 100. All right. So the melted rock eventually becomes lava. This melted rock eventually becomes lava. What? Not even get to minimize the screen back properly. And Maricel from Happy Team is still here. Thank you so much for being here, Maricel. Mega love shout out. Mystic Sensation saying hello, everyone. Welcome, Maricel. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate the support. All right. So, first on the board with the correct response of what is magma is Ricardo, then Empress, then Sniper. So it's the footnote is lava comes from volcanoes, and these explosive mountains have erupted throughout human history, even destroying the entire city of Pompeii during the ancient times. I think Pompeii was in Greece.
And there you have it. David on 200 points, Truck Life on 500 points, Tiffany on 800 points, Ricardo on 1,700 points, Empress in the lead, 2,500 points. Ricardo, choose a category.
Okay, and Truck Life is saying, I'm afraid of Ricardo Empress from a long time. Them not normal. Ricardo said, me see the board there. The Empress is laughing at Truck Life's comment. And Ricardo said, me, and looking. And Empress is saying, Truck Life, it that bad. And Truck Life said, yes, you, especially you, and looking. Truck Life said, Empress, it bad. All right, and Ricardo is choosing science for 400. Right, so science for 400. The brain is divided into this many lobes. The brain is divided into this many lobes. Okay, and I see the answer. And Empress is saying, what is and laughing? It is 2. An all-natural flavor came in answering. Welcome, all-natural flavor. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate you being here.
Bless yourself, all-natural.
See the answer that I'm looking for, and it is what is 4. So the frontal lobe is dedicated to problem solving, emotional expressions, language, and sexual behavior. The occipital lobe is primarily dedicated to vision. So you have the frontal lobe, left, right, and the occipital, which is the back, left, right.
Who got that?
So person with the correct answer is, let's see, who first put the 4. So first person with the 4 is Ricardo, then all natural. And then Empress, Sniper. The answer doesn't stop go up. Okay.
There you go, you have it. David on 200 points, Truck Life on 500 points, Tiffany on 800 points, Ricardo 2,100, Empress on in the lead, 2,500 points. Ricardo, please choose a category. All right.
So Sniper says, what's for you, Ricardo? Who that? Because I bring up all natural flavors. So all natural flavors saying thanks for the welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Bless myself, all natural.
And Empress is welcoming all natural. And she's saying, choose Ricky, and looking at Ricky all wide-eyed. And Ricardo is saying science for 200. So we're cleaning up the science board. Known as the master gland of the human body. Known as, I still have a question set. Known as the master gland of the human body. Known as the master gland of the human body. So remember, you have to answer in a question form. What is, if it's a thing or a place, and who is, if it is a person. Known as the master gland of the body. Okay, I see the answer I'm looking for, so I am not going to tarry. So the correct answer is, what is pituitary gland? So first person to put that correct answer is Empress, and the footnote on the pituitary gland is the pituitary gland is responsible for hormone production in the human body. These hormones are important for blood pressure and many other regulatory functions of the body.
All right, there you have it. David on 200 points, Chuck Life on 500 points, Tiffany on 800 points, Ricardo 2,100 points, Empress in the lead with 2,700 points.
Empress laughing. All right, so Empress, you choose the next category. Empress, I chose Kangaroo Ridge. Oh my goodness. All right, so choose the next category.
And now we have Empress will go for the 500 points.
So Empress choosing current affairs for 100, and Chuck Life is laughing. So current affairs for 100. In February 2022, there was a massive protest in Canada against, what were they protesting against in February 2022? There was a massive protest in Canada against what? The truckers were protesting, yes, Truck Life, they were protesting against what? Yes, the truckers convoy were protesting, but what were they protesting about? What is the umbrella thing on with mask wearing and stuff, Ricardo? There are many vaccines, Sniper, which one? Nope.
Ricardo get it.
You need to finish it.
Okay.
All right. So there we go. I see the answer that I am looking for. So the answer is, what is COVID vaccine? So first on the board with the correct, people were getting bits and pieces of it. So Ricardo is, what is COVID vaccine? And Empress is laughing. So that's Ricardo for 100 points.
Okay, so there you have it. David on 200 points, Chuck Life 500 points, Tiffany 800 points, Ricardo 2,200 points, and Empress in the lead 2,700 points.
And Empress is laughing. She said, not even did remember that. All right. So, Ricardo, choose current affairs for 500. Current affairs for 500. Name of legislative upper house in Jamaica. Name of the legislative upper house in Jamaica. Let's see who knows them Jamaican current affairs. Who did civics in high school?
It is there. The answer is there.
Somebody did not pay attention in a civics class. Empress said, Choose effigy Henrique. And Sniper said, Low me make me win David, no man show. All right, so I see the answer that I am looking for. So what is Senate? All right, so first on the board with that correct response is Ricardo, then Empress.
Okay, there you have it. David on 200 points, Chuck Live 500 points, Tiffany on 800 points, Ricardo 2,700 points, Empress 2,700 points. We have a tie there. All right, Ricardo, choose a category.
So Chuck Life is laughing. That's what Sniper King said. Empress said next. So Ricardo said current affairs for 200. Oh, yoga.
All right, hey Yoga, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you
Happy
doing?
Saturday again.
I'm good. Happy Saturday to you. Sorry, I dropped off. My phone ran out of power, and I think I was still following the conversation. So I said I've been out for a while, so let me just come up real quick.
Nice to have you, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, that was a good topic. I really enjoyed it. It was. I can't speak much because I guess it also comes with the job. But I was very passionate about how you articulating the issue.
Exactly.
In the system, and it's very unfortunate, but there's a lot of reforms that need to happen just to be able to take at least the justice system to at least a space where at least things can be more transparent. People can get better decisions, and yeah. So I really loved it. So I said I have to come up real quick and just weigh in very fast.
All right.
Okay, thanks for that, Goga. I really appreciate it.
We do this every Friday, so and anytime you want to come up, feel free to come up, because we have more inspiring topic coming every time we come up.
Awesome. Right. Thank you so much. I always connect with Mystique because she's always, I think our time zones are a bit of a mess, but we woke up a bit early. That's how I was able to catch you guys. So I will definitely be popping in as soon as I wake up.
All right. Okay.
All right. You guys have a lovely it's night there, right?
Oh yes.
It's 10:49 p.m.
10:49 p.m. What is the time?
Oh, wow. It's 7:49. I'm actually preparing to go to the yoga studio now. So I'm actually just putting on my shoes and stuff. So yeah, so I was like,
it's morning there.
Okay.
All right. You guys have a lovely rest of the evening. I will catch you soon again.
Okay, no problem. Have a good workout at the yoga studio.
Make sure you have a wonderful weekend.
Yes.
I will. You too. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you, Byron. I'm always just chatting with Mystique.
All right.
All right.
Okay. All right. So current affairs.
That is very good.
100. Let me see. 11:50 p.m. there. And they're laughing. Okay, so watch. Oh my goodness, did I bring up the current affairs for 200? Hold on. Why isn't it? Okay, I did not bring it up. All right, so let's bring it up there. All right, so the Corruption Perception Index is an annual report published by the following organization. Name the organization that publishes the Corruption Perception Index, because it's also I think so the Caribbean. You're welcome, Yoga, and thank you so much again.
Thank you, Yoga.
I'm sure Clive blessing up Yoga. Okay, he corrected it. All right. So first on the board with the correct response was Goga with What is Transparency International?
So, Yoga?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then we have Sniper, and that was for 200
points. Okay. So there you have it. Goga on 200 points. David 200 points. Chuck Live 500 points. Tiffany 800 points. Ricardo and Empress both on 2,700 points.
Wait, let's go back. Oh, Goga never said what is. Sorry.
Oh,
I take it off. What
okay.
is? He never said what is. Thank you so much. Me not even pay attention. Just Nepal. Okay, so Ricardo is what is Transparency International.
Okay, so
yes.
Goga got a strike there.
Yep. So
okay,
thank you,
so it's Ricardo who got it?
Oh, he never said. Oh, thanks, Ricardo, for paying attention.
Okay, so tell Goga about the game.
Okay, I think he's gonna be even out.
Okay.
So, okay, so Ricardo got it.
200 points? 200
points.
Okay, so there you have it. David on 200 points, Chuck Life on 500 points, Tiffany on 800 points, Empress on 2,700 points, and Ricardo added 200 points to his score, 2,900 points.
Okay. So Goga, you have to answer what is for place or thing, and then who is. It's answered in the question, question 4. All right. So wait. All right. So Sniper said the same thing. He never said what is. Yes, guys. It's Nepal. Okay. And Goga Shock Life. Okay, there, Randy and Ricardo is laughing, and Sniper say never said what is, and Ricardo say hello.
You know Ricardo goes to that.
Empress said give the man him 1 point, and Sniper said Ricardo, you can't give me a break. My goodness. Ricardo said move up, me need the points too.
All right.
And Empress said wickedy. And Ricardo said, never. And he's saying, Ricardo is saying sports for 100. All right, so let's see what's behind that. So it's the Olympics are held every this many years. The Olympics are held every this many years. All right, so we have
some new persons.
Okay, from Lady M. Thank you so much, Lady M. Really appreciate it. In the blog from Lady M. And we have KC and other persons are supporting from Lady M. Thank you so much, Lady M. Really appreciate it. So she's live, so persons are just coming over and giving support. Thank you so much, Lady M. Really appreciate that. So we have Nathan Vlog, Artist Creation, KC, Bacomo Family TV, and KC again there, and Indy. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Mega love shout out to you. Happy Saturday to you guys, wherever you are, and happy Friday to those who are still within our time zone. And we also have Weng from Lady M, and Ricardo is laughing. All right, so okay, I know it is. I'm not gonna penalize you for that. All right, so it is what is every 4 years. So what is every 4 years? So just one category left there, which I'm just going to bring up shortly as soon as I say who got.
Yes.
So Ricardo is what is every 4 years, and that was for
400 points, right? That was 400 points.
Hold on. Let me see how much he did ask for it for. That's right. So now I'm not even 100. Sports for 100.
Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 100 points?
Mm-hmm. Can go back and look at it. Yeah, for 100. All right.
So there you go. David on 200 points, Chuck Life on 500 points, Tiffany on 800 points, Empress 2,700 points, and Ricardo 3,000 points.
Okay.
So you can have a tie.
They said 100. All right, so the final category there. So I'm just gonna the final one there. So I'm just gonna open it up for the final question, and it says this Jamaican sprinter won gold medals at the 100 meters, 200 meter, and 4x100 meter relay at 3 consecutive Olympic Games from 2008 to 2016. Name this Jamaican sprinter. It's a damn bright. They're bright. So 208. So write 208 for Empress. She says send it to the flow. 208. So write flow 208 underneath Empress.
Okay.
All right. Boy, them British bad. Me can't keep up with them, you know. So who is Usain Bolt? All right. Not too bright for my man. All right. So first on the board with the correct response for 300 points is David. Let me make sure.
David?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because me don't want Ricardo shout at me in any tone of words. So let me just go back up and double check. So David, then Sniper, Truck Life, Empress, laughing. Empress is laughing, and David again.
Okay.
Is Usain Bolt.
So there we have it for the final question asked and the final answer given. David, take away.
Sorry. It says what is. Let me see if they're killing me in the chat there. So Truck Life get it. I just realized they have what is instead of who is. So Truck Life is 300. Sorry.
Okay, so that is good. That goes to Truck Life.
So 300.
Okie dokie, and reduce this. Okay, all right. So there you have it. David on 200 points. Truck Life on 800 points. Tiffany on 800 points. Empress on 2,700 points. And Ricardo 3,000 points. Tonight is a well-played game. We have all persons at least taking away some credits. Right? Congratulations to all the participants who have done very well. Right? And I think tonight everyone is a winner tonight. Right? Which is good from David, Truck Life, Ricardo, Empress, and Tiffany. All winners tonight. Right? Very good performance. All right.
All right. So congratulations to all the winners. So we have quite a few persons from Lady M. I think she's still live. It was just coming through, showing your support. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate the support. Really appreciate that. From Lady M. Thank you guys. Okay. And we have Erica TV, Don Paterno Vlog, Empress up here, so no. Me don't play because Ricky don't win. Guys, have it was fun here this week. I'm going bed now, feeling sleepy again. Have a great weekend. You too as well, Empress, and feel better soon. And she's saying big up everyone. And All Natural, thank you so much again for passing through All Natural. Really appreciate that. Sniper. We also have Diamond 66 from Lady M, Erica again. Okay. And Empress is saying rest well, guys. And Chuck Life is saying congrats to all the winners. And we have Mom Shife from Lady M as well. And Grace and Favor is in the building.
Big up yourself, Grace and Favor.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome, welcome, grace and favor. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Hoping you will have a wonderful and blessed weekend. Hope you had a wonderful and productive week. And Ricardo said, Miss Seth is such a simple question. My brain drop blood to cook up. I sang sometime, Ricardo, especially when you're tired. I can't tell you how much time I draw blank.
Happens to all of us.
Super. Mommy is here also. Lee. And Truck Life is laughing at Ricardo's comment. And Empress said, no, at Truck Life, get it. They all said, okay. And Ricardo is laughing. Ricardo said, Obey David, lol and laughing. And Truck Life said, Empress, big up yourself. And we also have Toto Jaro from Lady M. Thank you so much, guys. Really, really appreciate it. And Chuck Life is saying Empress is a boss, and David a ball down the place. David said Jaja Hosha said go sometimes. And Javita from Lady M also passed through giving support. Thank you guys so much. And Empress is saying, big up everyone, gonna rest now. Love y'all. Love you too,
Love
Empress.
you too, Empress.
Thank you so much. Have a good rest again, as I said. And Truck Life is saying, I would like to donate my credit to Empress. Okay.
All right.
So put Empress underneath Truck Life there.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll send it to her, Truck Life. Thank you so much for that. If she's still here, I'm sure she is very grateful. If not, I will say thank you on behalf of her. And she's still here.
Okay,
right,
so Empress will get that as well.
So Gina from Japan, Louisa from Canada, Grace, Hurling. Thank you so much, guys, all coming from Lady M. Thank you. And David is saying, did Tiffany leave? No, she's still here. And Empress is saying, for real, Truck Life, and looking with big googly eyes.
Okay.
And Tiffany saying, no, I'm still here. And Grace and Favor is saying, me late. Not really. Anytime you come is good time,
Exactly.
But we are going to end this shortly. But thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate the support.
And of course, we appreciate your presence. So really thank you.
David says, so how you get silent so unlooking? And Empress is saying, Grace and Favor, welcome in. Thank you so much for that welcome. And he's saying, thanks to Empress. And Truck Life is saying, Miss Anne, the most respect for you for sticking with us, knowing that you had a bad headache. Thank you for
really appreciate that,
Truck Life. Really appreciate that. I'm going to get some Advil when I'm finished. And Tiffany saying, sleeper kill me, David. Me can't keep up tonight. Okay, and Empress is saying, thank you so much, Truck Life. Appreciate it. And Emma is also here from Happy Team from Lady M. Thank you so much. And Aero Vlog TV saying hello. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Saying from Lady M, new friend here. Thank you. And Tiffany saying, I need to come back early next week. I'm working next Friday. But I'll try and swap it. The thing is, when I can't get that day shifted, that I normally do, I try to work someone else's shift, and then they work my shift that day, but I just could not get it changed. So I had to work the 12 hours today. So that's why, and I actually forfeited one of my breaks, so I could leave an hour early. Because if not, then I would not have really made it for 8 o'clock. It would have been after 8. So luckily I was able to do that. And Truck Life is saying, of course, Empress, you did really well tonight. Bless up every time. The credit is yours. Yes, she did well. Right. And Empress is saying, welcome in and thank you all so much for coming over. All of Lady M crew, feel at home. Thank you so much for that warm welcome, Empress. Really appreciate it. And Aero Vlog is saying, hi guys, new friend from Lady M. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And Empress is saying, thanks, Truck Life. At least I will have credit probably going back to country sometimes. So it will be very helpful. Okay. And Chuck Life is saying, wonderful life as always, great topic and a great game. Thank you so
Chuck
much,
Life.
Chuck Life. Really appreciate that. And Chuck Life was saying, Empress thumbs up. And Felix Channel from Lady M. Thank you so much, Felix. Really appreciate you. And Eero is saying, hi guys, new friend from Lady M, sending full support in your channel. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that, Eero. And Hurling is also here from Lady M. Empress, I gotta rest my body now. Yes. And Erling is saying, Lady M. Chuck Life is saying, rest well, Empress. And Aeroflog is also giving more support there. Chuck Life is saying, Ricardo, bless up every time. You are really a bright spark, bro. And Empress is saying, rest well too, Chuck Life, and thanks again. And Chuck Life is saying, David Grant, good job, bro. Yes, good job. Curtis saying, big up every time, Mystic family, and everyone that makes me laugh hard every Friday.
Bless up, Ricky.
Yes, blessings, Ricardo. And thank you so much, guys, for the laughter. I try not to laugh too much tonight or too hard, but I still had to laugh. And Ricardo is saying, big up my niece, Empress, big up bro, Truck Life, Bad Breed, David, Tiffany, my darling. Empress is saying, big up Uncle Ricky. And Chuck Life is saying, Mrs. and Blessed Mr. Byron, salute.
Bless up, Chuck Life.
Thank you, Chuck Life. And Ricardo is saying, Big Boss Byron and First Lady, and big up on yourself all the time. Thank you so much, Ricardo. Okay. And Chuck Life is saying, yes, welcome, Empress. And Chuck Life is also saying, Ricardo said, Bad Breed, and laughing. Okay, guys, so thank you again for your usual support. You could have been doing something else on your Friday night and you chose to spend it with us, although we started so late, but you guys understand how work setting is. So again, really appreciate you guys coming each and every week. And I just want to say enough love and respect. And you guys all have a wonderful rest tonight and have a wonderful and blessed weekend. Oh my goodness, and Jamdan is here. She said, I miss it, just waking up. Welcome, Jamdan. Happy Saturday to you. Welcome.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. The thumbs up goes a long way too. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And Ricardo said, the boy, Bad Breed for real. When him fear work Friday night, him over here that disturb me hours a night. And Chuck Life says, been here for 3 hours and it was great. Thank you. And Ricardo said, watch Ladybug. Mess with Jamdan. Jamdan said, bless up Mystic Sensation. Must bless up to you as well. And Chuck Life is laughing. And Chadwick is in the building saying,
bless up, Chadwick.
Hello, Chadwick. Hello. Welcome. Happy Friday to you. How are you doing? Hope everything is good with you and family.
Exactly.
And hoping that you are still heading towards your goal of being a soldier. I still remember, and I'm waiting to hear if you made it. So still rooting for you. And much love and respect to you, and say hello to mommy and daddy for us.
All right. Make sure you have a good weekend, Chad.
And Chuck Life is saying respect and blessings to all. And Jamdan is saying more than late. And Chadwick is saying, Auntie, how can I contact you back? Still on WhatsApp. And this WhatsApp number is streaming across the screen as well. You can also message us on that. It's under Mystic Sensation. Or you can message me on IG. It's an _ Mystic 2. Let me just put it there. Oh, Chadwick. All right. And okay, saying he has good news so far. Okay. All right. That sounds good so far. And Chuck Life is saying better late than
Than
never.
never.
Okay,
Alright.
guys. So again, you all have a wonderful weekend and have a wonderful and productive week. Sorry. So you all walk good and stay safe and stay blessed. Until next week, guys. Love you all.